Thank you.
Judge, next we're going to call Brianna Schermerhorn. Then raise your right hand. Do you swear affirmly testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending before the court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. So go ahead, state your name and tell the judge what you want to know in Colin Gray 7.
My name is Brianna Schermerhorn, and I'm the mother of Mason Schermerhorn. I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself how we ended up here. How my beautiful son Mason, a boy who should still have an entire lifetime ahead of him, is instead confined to an urn on my dresser. And it's hard around my neck that I wear every single day. And no parent should have to carry their child that way. Throughout his trial, I've repeatedly heard Mr. Gray lean on the excuse that he was a newly single father. And I reject that excuse completely. Parenting is hard. Parenting alone is even harder. I know that because I lived it. I was a single teenage mother raising my daughter Liliana while I was still trying to grow up myself. I didn't have the years of life experience. I didn't have the financial security. I didn't have the support system that Mr. Gray had. Every decision I made mattered because my child depended on me. Was I a perfect parent? Absolutely not. I struggled. I made mistakes. But there's a world of difference between struggling to parent and refusing to parent. Mr. Gray was not an overwhelmed teenager trying to figure life out. He was a grown man. He had years of experience, countless opportunities, and repeated warnings. He wasn't left guessing. He was told. He saw the warning signs. He heard about the disturbing behavior. He knew his son was in crisis. And instead, instead of acting, he chose to look away. Instead of intervening, he chose inaction. Instead of protecting his son from himself and protecting our community from the danger his son posed, he armed him. That wasn't an accident. That wasn't bad luck. That wasn't simply poor judgment. That was a choice. A choice that handed a troubled teenager the very weapon that was later used to murder my son, along with Christian, Ricky, and Christina. People keep calling this a tragedy. It was. The tragedies are unavoidable. This wasn't unavoidable. This was preventable. Because of the choices made inside the Gray household, 4 families were handed life sentences of grief. Mason will never graduate. He will never fall in love. He will never build the career he dreamed of. He will never marry. We will never hear his laugh outside old videos. We will never be able to wrap our arms around him again. Every birthday, every holiday, every family gathering, every milestone will forever be defined by the person who should be there but never will. And it wasn't just our families that were robbed. An entire school lost sense of safety. Children who should have been worried about homework now carry memories of gunfire. Teachers who dedicated their lives to protecting children were forced into an unimaginable nightmare. Our community will never be the same. Even as a young single mother, I understood something that Mr. Gray apparently did not. I could not control every choice my children would eventually make, but I was responsible for controlling what I put into their hands. I was responsible for getting them to school, making sure they saw doctors when they needed help, protecting them from harm, even when that harm came from themselves. That is what parenting is. Parenting is not about convenience. It's not about avoiding difficult conversations. It's not about pretending warning signs don't exist because dealing with them is uncomfortable. Parenting requires responsibility. It requires sacrifice. It requires showing up, especially when it's hard. I remained a single parent until I met my husband. I know exactly what that burden feels like. So when I hear Mr. Gray use a single parenthood to justify what happened, I don't hear an explanation. I hear an excuse. And excuses do not bring my son home. Mr. Gray had every opportunity to make different choices, every opportunity to be the parent his son desperately needed, and every opportunity to prevent what happened. Instead, my son died because of decisions made inside their home before anyone ever walked into Apalachee High School on September 4th, 2024. I carry the unimaginable weight of losing my son every day. Nothing this court does today can bring him home to me. Nothing can give back Christian to his family, and nothing can restore Ruthie or Christina to the people who love them. But I hope this court doesn't lose sight of the simple truth. Children depend on adults to make responsible decisions. When adults abandon that responsibility, innocent people pay the price. We pay with our children. Masons deserve better. Every student and every teacher who walked into that school deserve better. And while Mr. Gray will eventually leave a courtroom, I will never leave my sentence. I will spend the rest of my life carrying an unimaginable weight of a future that was stolen. Not by fate, but by someone by and not by some unforeseeable act, but by preventable decisions made by a father who chose not to be when what mattered most. Mr. Gray should not only live with what his son did, he should also live every single day with what he failed to do. And I will ask the court that his punishment fit the failures of his choices. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I will call Wallace from Horn. I'll have you raise your right hand. Do you swear affirming testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending before the court is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And you'll just tell the judge your name and tell him what you want him to know when Colin Gray says.
My name is Alana from Horn Wallace. Before I talk about the choices that led us here today, I want to talk about those choices, who those choices affected. Mason was not just a victim of a tragedy. He was a 14-year-old who had a family who loved him, friends who cared about him, and a future that was supposed to continue. He's my little brother. Mason was the type of person who made people feel seen.